Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Rosalie. Welcome to the Ultimate World Music Reaction Channel. I just got done with a really emotional, heavy video. I hope my makeup's not running all over my face. But if I do, then you know why. You won't be like, why the heck is she crying before anything has even started? I'm checking out Five Finger Death Punch. Wrong Side of Heaven. Shout out today goes to my patron, John. Shout out to you for this suggestion and request, for your support. I appreciate you being a patron. I want to check out this song. This was his suggestion. This is actually a pretty big video. And it is, let me pull up the right place. Hakuna Matata. Oh yeah, here we go. This video, you guys, Five Finger Death Punch, Wrong Side of Heaven, the official video has over 383 million. You heard it right. 383 million views. Was put out 8 years ago, but that is a huge amount. Five Finger Death Punch, what do we know about them? Is an American band from Las Vegas, Nevada. They're also abbreviated 5FDP or FFDP, American heavy metal band, formed in 2005. Originally consisted of a vocalist and keyboardist, Ivan Moody, rhythm guitarist, lead guitarist, bassist, and drummer. And yeah, I guess we'll find out what this is about. I have no idea what to expect. I've been exploring all kinds of different types of rock, including metal. I reacted to a song that I think was more like, sorry guys, I'm like kicking my table. I reacted to a song that was more like death metal, I think. We've been exploring symphonic metal. Then there was all the heavy growling and just vocal abilities out of the roof. So all kinds of different genres and subgenres, even within metal. And I'm learning. I'm not a metalhead at all, but I'm learning and I'm starting to really appreciate and like some of this stuff. So we're going to check this out. I don't know, what it's going to be like or like in what direction. All right, here we go. You ready? As always, like, share, subscribe. All the links below. The ones that love you the most are the ones willing to fight for you. Ooh, this might be cool actually. Snap. This actually might be the perfect video to go into after I just got done reacting to NF, How Could You Leave Us? It was emotional. It was heavy. This actually might be perfect. Let me start over. I like that quote. Five Finger Death Punch, Wrong Side of Heaven. The ones that love you the most are the ones willing to fight for you. Here we go. Okay. Yup. Okay, before we get into the music part, they're starting with some facts about veterans. So any of you who are former or current military service, I think this is gonna hit home for some of you. It started with, as you could see, different people in the service saying, I volunteered, I served for you. And then it talks about the different facts and stats when it comes to homeless veterans or those at the verge of being homeless. And I will say this as a side note. That is not okay. Those who have served this country to protect, because unfortunately we live in a world, I don't love war at all. I hate it. And I wish there wouldn't have to be. And we're not going to get into a bunch of politics with this, okay? I prefer peace over war. But we live in a broken world where sometimes you will have to fight. Now, that doesn't mean I'm pro all the wars that have occurred. I think there's a whole lot of scamming, corruption, and BS that happens up in the top that then costs the lives of the brave ones who are willing to go out and fight. But I also think that there's many in the service who do it really because they want to serve. They want to do something right. They believe in a certain cause. So regardless of where you stand politically, just as a little heads up, let's keep that in mind. And they shouldn't come back after serving to be on the streets, especially if our tax dollars go into a bunch of other crap. But I'm already getting off topic.
I spoke to God today, and she said that she's ashamed. What have I become? What have I done? I spoke to the devil today, and he swears he's not
Oh, snap, guys. His voice. The lead vocalist is Ivan Moody. Oh, and even when he started singing, I'm like, oh, he has a cool voice. Very rich, very full, very strong. But then he starts belting in the chorus with that rasp. I love that. That nice, deep, wow, that's cool. I think the lyrics are very self-explanatory and the video is too. So let's keep going on that. Dang. Let me go back a bit.
Wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell. The wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell. I heard from God today, and she sounded just like me. What have I done? And who have I become? I saw the devil today, and he looked a lot like me. I looked away. I turned away. Arms wide open. I stand alone. I'm no hero, and I'm not made of stone. Right or wrong, I can hardly tell. I'm on the wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell. The wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell. I'm not defending, downward descending, falling further and further away, getting closer every day. I'm getting closer every day to the end. I'm getting closer every day. Arms wide open, I stand alone. I'm no hero, and I'm not made of stone. Right or wrong, I can hardly tell. I'm on the wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell. The wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell. The wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell.
All right. And then it shows a list of different organizations that can be contacted for veterans or if veterans are in need of help. I'm going to put the original link of this song in the description, guys. So if any of you are veterans or know of a veteran or someone that needs help, click that link and at the end of the video, it'll show all the different resources. It's a very long list, so I'm not going to put it all in here. But you're going to be able to find that at the end of the video. For resources. This was heavy. The music was epic. His voice is amazing. I absolutely love it. That growl, the rasp, the fullness. I really love voices like that. And the way it kind of got heavy. I love this type of rock. I really dig it. Where it's still melodic, you can still understand what's being sung, but it's heavy. It's like, rah! Even the introduction with the guitar and the drums was really cool. It all kind of already set up that this is going to be a dope track. And as mentioned, it shows these different facts about veterans. And I think this may be one of the reasons, other than it being an epic song, that it has already so many views, because I think this is a big topic. And I wish there was a big video like this with that many views when it comes to human trafficking and sex trafficking, because that is another huge issue in this world. And maybe there is, and I still need to check it out. But there are topics like that. Human trafficking, veterans, homelessness, suffering, those type of things that are either dear to my heart or that I feel need to be addressed and light needs to be shed on. It's so easy to talk about things that in comparison really are not that important. And unfortunately, sometimes it's the most ridiculous things, especially because of social media, TikTok and all these things, that will get millions of views and a bunch of attention and a bunch of funding, or where tax dollars go into causes that I feel like shouldn't be going into when we're not even taking care of our own. Now, like I said in the beginning, I don't want to get very political today because, there's a lot that I don't know and it's a complicated topic. It's not so black and white. But what I will say is this. It is not okay for people to serve and try to do good. And that doesn't just go for military, in my opinion. That could go for people that are doctors and in the healthcare system, or teachers, people that are really in professions that are committed to helping others, protecting others, serving others in this country, outside of this country, in our hospitals and schools, in the places that make a society and a civilization. It is not okay for them to do all that and then to be left high and dry and left out to fend for themselves and die. It's heartbreaking to see that there's so many out on the street struggling, because it's true. I have a military family, both in my and my husband's side, and PTSD is no joke. And it's very sad to see how many of them come back either struggling with addiction, PTSD, families falling apart, children suffering, even though they served this country. Now, again, without getting too political, I'm against war, and I don't believe that every war that's been fought has been justified. Contrarily, I think a lot of wars are for different reasons than what they sell us to. I don't trust the GOV and what they say. So if people say, oh, this is for, I don't know, to fight back terrorism or in response to an attack or something, that may be the case sometimes, but I also think there's a whole other host of factors. Being oil, being money, power, just looking at the game risk, right? A lot of times it's being strategic, because if you're at certain places, you also have more influence in other places, and you can control certain things. I don't believe that it's all what the GOV tells us it is, right? That would be nonsensical, in my opinion, to trust and be like, oh yeah, everything they say must be true. A lot of times I think those high up that are making those decisions are playing risk, so to speak. But on the flip side, because y'all know I like to try to be balanced, we live in a broken world. And if one people group or one country says, no, we're always going to be peace and we never want to make war and we don't believe in war, and they don't have any form of self-defense or any form of, military stronghold or strategic placement, they're going to be one of the first countries to go. Again, let's use the game Risk as an example. If there's no strategy and you don't have any troops or allies and connections, you're going to be one of the first to be taken over by another country. Human history has shown us that over and over and over again. It's not just one people group enslaving the other. It's everybody and their mama, right? It's Africans amongst Africans, and it's Arabs going around conquering hundreds of years ago. Then it's the Romans. Then it's the Europeans. It's just like human beings are greedy, and if not checked, and if not trying to be righteous and walking out who we were created to be, we will wreak havoc. That doesn't mean people are all bad and everything's evil and we're all doomed. No, there's a lot of beauty in this world, but there's also corruption and greed and evil and power. And with the wrong people in place, that just increases exponentially. So it would be silly on the flip side to say the solution is just never fight, right? Let's not even invest in military. Let's sing kumbaya. No. America is a strong country. For one, it's strategically placed. There's a giant ocean between us and Europe. Granted, you can come from the other side, but you get what I'm saying. But also because that has a strong military force, okay? A little country somewhere in Europe, for example, they need certain allies and they need to be part of a bigger machine like the NATO. So there's a lot of people, regardless of what the high-ups are trying to do, that go into military, to go into service with a good intention, to build a career for themselves, to provide for their family, to serve this country. And it should not be that they come back and are homeless and that bunch of tax dollars is going all over the place, but not to those who've served to protect us so that we can be a land of the free. Anyways, I'm going on a ramble. I'm not trying to get too much off topic. That song was epic. I think it was awesome that it was a song that really shed some light on that tragedy, the pain and the suffering of the homeless veterans or those at the verge of being homeless, struggling to provide, going through PTSD issues and divorce and families breaking apart. And I think this song did this justice. I think it also, from a musical genre speaking, I could see it relating to a lot of veterans and soldiers. Just genre speaking, if it would have been some ballad, may have not spoken to as many people. There's something about that heavy rock and the aggression and the intensity that I could see many soldiers appreciating. What did you think? Let me know in the comments below. As always, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next ride. Ayo!